Greetings to readers and viewers to this next edition of the SuperBlog Versus, a subset of the Autistic SuperBlog, which you can find on the autisticsuperblog.wordpress.com, and you can see this video as well as others on the Autistic SuperChannel on YouTube. This edition is going to take this edition of the SuperBlog Versus is going to be the the SuperBlog versus the Elimination Chamber of 2021, one of the last pay-per-views that will be seen on WWE before WrestleMania. So, I just want to say, as of 2:48 p.m. on February 20th, 2021, these are the matches that are gonna be happening. Again, I have no previous knowledge about what's gonna go down, so let's get right into it. I'm gonna go with the tag team match for the women's tag team titles. You could call her the whole darn show, Nia Jax, and her tag team partner Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks, who is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Bianca Belair, who is the Royal Rumble winner for 2021. I have a feeling that this is gonna set up a match between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair down the road at WrestleMania. So I'm going to be safe here and say that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to retain. Mostly because I feel like this is going to set that match up between Banks and Belair. And you could say the same thing for many matches, because we've seen it before in wrestling shows. I mean, we've seen Brett versus Owen at WrestleMania 10. We've seen Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels in WrestleMania 20. We've seen the stuff fest that was Brock Lesnar, Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania 20. And I've always stated that what matches have been hyped up at Survivor Series usually lead up to a build up to WrestleMania. So I'm gonna go with Jackson Baszler to win this one, and I'm gonna go with for the second match. It's gonna be a triple threat match for the United States title. Bobby Lashley, the champion with MVP, versus Keith Lee versus Riddle. I have a feeling that Riddle will win this match. Just not here. If it's not gonna be here, then I'm sure it's gonna be at WrestleMania. I have a feeling that, well, as it stands right now, Keith Lee is to be determined. But I'm going to say Keith Lee is going to have a strong showing, but not as strong as Bobby Lashley, who's going to retain. For the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship, you've got Drew McIntyre as the champion versus AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston, with Sheamus becoming last in the Elimination Chamber as he won that match this past Monday on Raw. I have a feeling that it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus at WrestleMania, because they've been building to that point. Though I wouldn't be so surprised if Kofi Kingston made a strong showing on it too. Randy Orton, I think, is going to have his problems with The Fiend. So it's either going to come down to Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston, or Sheamus being Drew McIntyre. If I had to choose, though, I want to say that Drew McIntyre is going to win. I have a feeling that it's going to be so strong at this point that it's just too easy to ignore. That it's just too hard to ignore that Drew McIntyre is going to win this. With this next match, it's going to be an Elimination Chamber match for a WWE Universal title match later in the night, with Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin, God help me, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan. I'm going to go on a limb here and say that Kevin Owens has won his matches, but I have a feeling if it can't be Kevin Owens, it's got to be Daniel Bryan. If it can't be Kevin Owens, it's got to be Daniel Bryan. He's built for this. I have a feeling it's going to be Daniel Bryan winning for the United States for the Universal title to go up against Roman Reigns later that same night. Kind of the same thing with WrestleMania 10 again. So it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. And I'm going to say that Roman Reigns wins. Although not without a big showing from Daniel Bryan, which will set up a match between him and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler to sort out who's going to win at the Elimination Chamber. So that's it for this week. That's it for this month. Until then, guys, stay safe, stay strong, and as always, shine on. If you want to see this video, you can go to my YouTube on the Autistic SuperChannel. You can also see this on the Autistic SuperBlog.wordpress.com. Hope to see you guys then. Bye.